Okay, so good morning to all of you. Due to some technical issues actually going on, that's why it just takes some time. Okay, so now we are going to start the thing. So what we have talked or what we have decided that we are going to have a discussion on the scenarios of the discussion session, the Linux and related to the network, the data communication part, both the part. We are going to have a discussion today. If anyone have any doubts or scenarios, otherwise I'm going to have a discussion on my own. What may be the questions that we need to talk or we need to discuss, right? So before starting on that proceeding for the part, we have first I would like to note or like to ask that what you if you people have any questions in your mind regarding Linux, what is the if there is anything, then you people can tell me or ask me. Okay, so if anyone have any type of questions, then they can tell me. Otherwise I am going to have a discussion of Linux and data communication from my side, or I'm going to have discussion what may be the questions that comes into your exam or that is important to your question exams, right? So we are going I can have a discussion on that. So what is your scenario? You can tell me or ask me. So I'm not getting anything. So I think it will better if I go on my own, means if I have a discussion what may be the scenarios that comes into the exam or that maybe that comes into the particular means what can be happening, right? So, okay, fine. So talking about the discussions or the things, what it can be, I will ask some questions. I will have the answer. I will discuss on the answer. Some of the questions will be asked to you people that you people need to answer me. Fine. So maybe fair enough of a discussion session. So, okay, just a minute. Okay. So starting about the topic of the Linux, first the question that may comes into the scenario or that may be asked as a particular part, that what is a Linux? So what is a Linux? A basic questions or basic answer that what is a Linux? A Linux we can say is just an operating system. What is a Linux? If we talk about what is a Linux, we can say it is just an operating system. So this operating system have a special interface that is helping us for the interaction between the user and the kernel, and runs different hardware platforms so that a process can run whatever the task we are going to execute that can be executed, right? Now the term in this part of Linux, we can say what is the Linux kernel. The next term that comes into the question or that comes into the scenario which related to this, that what is the Linux kernel. What is the Linux kernel? If we talk about that, this kernel, that main structure or main thing that is responsible for all the tasks, that is our Linux kernel. This Linux kernel is a low level system software, we can say. This Linux kernel is a low level system software that actually helping us, or that is playing a role of a manager to manage all the hardware resources for the user, and also provides an interface for the user level interaction. So if I say what is a Linux kernel, we can say this Linux kernel is a low level system software who is actually managing hardware resources for the users. So Linux kernel, the role or main role we can say that managing hardware resources for the user programs or for the users, we can say. So managing hardware resources for the user programs, and also we can say we align to that also helping us for interaction with the user level. So providing us an interface for user level interaction. So this is a Linux kernel. Now this Linux, when a system is getting started for the first time, that is some system software needs to be present that can help or that actually start the operating system successfully. Because when we are trying to start a system, the operating system needs to be loaded from somewhere. The thing is here a term present, that is Lilo. That is not like something last in last out. Okay. So the Lilo part here, we can say the term, it is just like a bootloader. This Lilo is a type of bootloader in the Linux. Bootloader means when you starting the system. So when the system was started, the system was getting booted. The operating system needs to be loaded from somewhere in the memory, because the operating system was already present and we need to just load that thing when the system getting started from the memory. So this Lilo, this bootloader is mainly used or helping us to load that operating system into the main memory so that it can begin its operations. So the task of Lilo is to load the operating system from the memory or into the main memory, from a particular space into the main memory, so that it can begin its operation. So that is the task of Lilo. So if we ask what is the task of Lilo, that to load the operating system into the memory, to load the operating system into the memory, so that it can start its operations. So this Lilo is helping us here to load or to perform the task of all the things. Now, this space, the memory management space or the things we are talking about, this space, the term known as here swap space. So swap space is a term in the part of Linux where a certain amount of space is used by the operating system, where some certain amount of space is used by the operating system to perform. First of all, right, swap space. So what is the term swap space here? That it is used to, or certain amount of space is used by the Linux operating system for temporarily holding some program that is going to be run concurrently. So swap space, apart from the main memory, apart from the different type of memory spaces, there is a certain amount of space. There is a certain amount of space that is actually used by the Linux itself for temporarily holding some programs that is going to be run or that are going to be run concurrently. So one thing that we have already RAM as a cache memory or what the fastest memory where the things can be done. But this RAM have a particular storage, a fixed type of storage. So beyond that, it cannot work actually. So the RAM does not have enough memory to hold all the programs that are running concurrently. So for that, depending on that scenario, the Linux itself creates a extra added space, amount of space where the programs can run concurrently. That is known as swap space. So this swap space is certain amount of space that is used by the Linux programming to hold some program that is running concurrently apart from any other type of memory. So this Linux have a root account, means the term root account means a system administrator account. The term here root account means starting from the system administrator account where the things actually getting started, from where it is actually getting started, and allows to full control of the system. So this root account is actually responsible for all the things from where the system is going to be the full control of the system is going to be managed or monitored from this side. So from this root account, we can actually do all the tasks from by creating and maintaining the user accounts or assigning the permissions of the accounts. So everything that have running into the system or from the user ends to all the part, the total thing is actually look from the side of this root account. So root account is responsible for doing all this particular task. So we have some command prompt to use different type of commands and all the things, right? So the commands we are going to discuss what are the commands and what is the purpose of each and every commands we are going to see. Before that, just let's have some theoretical discussion what is there or what is not. So the drives and devices, whatever the drives and devices, that also can be represented with some letters. We have seen that in the type of discussion previously that to write something, write some devices, write some name of the devices or drivers. We can write actually something if it is in the devices part. So device floppy disk. Suppose considering a part that I am trying to write floppy disk as a part of word type, right? So how it can be in a device folder. So there is each and every folder in the Linux for a particular task. So device and driver things will be into the part of device folder. Suppose some floppy disk 0. There will be considering 2 floppy disks, so that is the part of floppy disk 0. So device FD0, device floppy disk 1, device hardware HD, device HD1. So the thing, the device and the drivers can be represented with the help of this letters, with the help of this drive letters, right? So device drivers, this type of scenario can be considered with the help of this drive letters. Now the commands, we are talking about many type of commands, or the command is an important part in our particular topic. So as the internal was also from this end, the command need to be known. So now coming back to the part of commands, what type of commands we have? So just a minute. So my question for you people now, I'm writing the question. What command can we use to count the total number of lines, words, characters containing in a file? So what command can we use to count the total number of lines, words, characters containing in a file? So this question is for you people, that what you people is remembering. You can tell me that what is the command in Linux? What is the command in Linux that we can actually use to find out or to count the total number of lines, words, and the different type of characters? Can anyone tell me what command we are actually using?
So WC command.
WC command. So whether all are agreeing with the particular WC command or any type of other thing is coming to your mind. So okay, let me help you people by some options. What can be the options that maybe it will be better for you? Fine. So okay, suppose the first option is count W. Second option is W count. Third option is count P. Fourth option is WC. So there are 4 options available. So what commands can we use to count the number of lines, words, characters containing in a file? So now what will be the answer?
WC, sir.
WC.
Okay. So all are
WC, sir.
Okay. So all are agreeing with the particular scenario that is the WC. You people are agreeing. Fine. Okay. So the answer is yes. The WC is the command to count a total number of lines, words from a particular set of files. Now, the next command, the next thing is that was just discussed in our previously part. We have discussed, that is what command is used to remove any files. What command is used to remove any files? So I don't think that we need some option here. The simple question, what command is used to remove files? What is the answer?
RM command.
RM command.
So the answer is RM command. So what command we can use here?
RM or sir, unlike
RM, and previously we have just one answer we have got in previous classes also. That is some unlike command, but in basic we will write the answer is the most specific RM command, that is a common. So RM command is used to remove any type of particular files. And what command is used to remove a directory? We are using RM command to remove a file. Then what command is used to remove a directory?
Sir, RMDIR.
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 RMD.
So what command, if I write, the answer is the one most of the people are saying that RMDIR command. So the RMDIR command is used to remove any type of directory. The RMDIR command is used to remove the directory, right? So the next part, that is just a minute. My system is responding slowly to this. Okay, so now the next command, the next question is that which command can we execute to count the number of lines in a file? So previously we have a question that what command can we use in general to count the number of lines, what character totally. So we have the answer of WC, right? Now the question is what command can we use to count the number of lines specifically, not words, characters, anything. In general, if you type WC, the total scenario of lines, words, character, all the information will be displayed. But if we try only to get the lines, the number of lines is present, then what command we will use to get the number of lines from a file? So what command can we use to get the number of lines from a file?
WC minus L.
So yes,
WC minus L.
WC minus L for the number of lines. So the WC minus L, it can help us to count the total number of lines from a particular command or to get a number of lines from a particular file. Fine. So one simple question for you all, that what command can we use to get the process information? What command can we use to get the process information?
PS command.
PS command. Okay. So these are the first chapter that was in the scenario that was regarding this commands only, right? So that's why the commands are the questions that is going to come into the exam for the internal is totally based on the commands. So that's why some commands related part we are going to discuss today. Now, this directory, we are dealing with several type of directories and files. So to create a directory, we are using some mkdir command. To create a directory, we are using some mkdir commands, that is what make directory. Mkdir commands to use some make directory. The part is we are using several type of editors, right? I have a VI editor, nano editor to write something, to write a file and to get some values into the file. So suppose I am using a nano editor. Suppose I am using a VI editor, not a nano editor. So suppose I am using a VI editor to write something. So if I write some VI, if I write a command, particularly suppose example VI abc.txt, right? Suppose I am writing this particular VI abc.txt, and then it will particularly open an editor interface where we are going to write something. How we can get out from that portion? How we can get back from that editor part?
colon WQ.
Colon WQ. All are agreeing.
Sir, escape colon WQ.
WQ.
Okay. So the thing is not only
First,
colon
we have
WQ.
to click on escape, then colon WQ, and then press enter button.
Escape followed by the term colon WQ. So this is the part by which we can actually come out from the scenario that escape followed by the colon WQ. Right. So the scenario is this several type of commands and the features. So if we talk about the part, what is the features, what is the advantages of this Linux, why you are going to use this particular Linux, the advantages we can term here as the things: low cost, stability, performance, network friendliness, flexibility, compatibility, choice, fast and easy installation, full use of hard disk, security. There are several type of advantages that is present, right? So can anyone define the term that is flexibility? How this flexibility can be termed here in case of Linux? How we can actually relate this flexibility with the Linux? How we can actually term this flexibility with the help of this Linux? So the term flexibility with respect to Linux, we can say that the Linux, this particular, it can be used for any type of high performance server application. So whether whatever the servers are actually, if we look for the servers in general.
Sir, it's a powerful tool.
Yes, sorry, can you repeat?
Sir, I am saying that it's a powerful tool and we can use it for several work and any kind of other in works, like if like as we use Windows, but there if we using as Windows server, but there are lots of errors and problems occurs in Windows, but in Linux we don't have to face any kind of error or any virus issue or any problem. We can use it easily and flexibility.
So the
in
thing is,
flexible way.
okay, but one more thing, that any type of servers, if you're looking for any type of servers for any organizations, the main server, the database servers, where from the things is already the data is flowing, the network, all the thing was connected. That server is always for a Linux type operating system, because the performance will be much higher and the things in system embedded and security is very much high in that particular scenario. And we can actually restrict the use of specific computers, how it can be done, from where it can be used. We can have full monitoring view on that. And also we have several type of partition of disk space for the components that is needed for the particular use. So flexibility in the term of Linux is too much high. So that's why the flexibility term is used in the part of this Linux. And there are several other options, that is security is one of the term, multitasking, we can do multitasking with the type of Linux. So these are several type of features that is present in our Linux, right? So this Linux file system we are talking about, that we have already said that root is the basic, means every files, folders, directories that is going to be present, and that is having a root file or a particular root account. This is a particular root account that is present from where the total thing is actually going to be divided. So this every file and directory is starting from a root directory, and this root users have the full permission, full control over the scenario to do all the things. The root user have the full permission, full scenario to do all the things. Then coming after this root part, there are some bin part that is for the binaries or using some binary executable file, some etc for the configuration file, device for dev for device file. So the meaning is that the Linux have separate folders for a separate task. Means for root account, starting from the root account, from using every peripherals of the devices, whatever the things are present, whatever the files, folders, all the things is attached to a particular root type of file that is going to have the full control on it. So, and each of these we can view into the Linux documents part that is open and we can view it. The bin, directory, devices, proc for the process information, var for the variable files, several type of files, including a several type of folders we can see when we are going to open that particular files and folder section, we can easily view that particular part. So each and every part have a specific task and that is going to help us for the scenario. Now, one thing I have seen that a particular problem, a particular confusion, not a problem I can say, it is confusion that the cat command. This cat command is having some confusion, that is how we can write this cat command or what is the purpose of this cat command. So the scenario is cat can be used for two things. The cat can be used for the two scenarios. One, to create a particular file, to create any file. And secondly, to view the content of the file. To view the content of the file. So in these two purposes, we can actually use this particular file. We can actually do this, the cat, to create the file, any file, or creation of any file, or to view the content of the file, to view the content of the file. Now, how we can do it? There are two processes to do it. How we can actually do it? First one, we can actually do it with the help of cat by simply writing the file name, by simply writing the file name. And secondly, that by writing, just a simple, if I write the scenario like this, the cat abc dot the txt, this particular scenario will help us to show or to give the value or to produce the content of the whatever the scenario is there. But how we can create a particular file? That is by writing the cat command with the help of the greater than sign and the name of the file. So suppose if I write cat greater than abc and press some enter button here, so that will giving us or that will helping us to get a value to open like an editor where I can write something, where I can write any type of values to produce that, right? So cat abc to write some values, and how we can get out from that particular, what is the shortcut key to get out from this cat command? Anyone?
Control plus D.
Control D.
So means control plus D for the execution of for coming out from the particular cat session. So those sometimes I've seen that while the lab or while doing something, there is confusion that cat can only be used to create a to view the content of the file. Not like that. Cat can view the content of the file, whereas cat can create a particular file. So both the part on that is cat Linux commands used to create a file or to print or to show the value of the file. There are two options that is present, right? So creating a new file, cat greater than I have seen, I'll show you how we can do that. And similarly to display some file, the cat file name, cat only the file name, this will providing us the value. Then rm command we have seen to remove any type of files. We have seen the scenario. The command to choose any to change any type of directory that can be helpful, that is cd dot option that will helping us to change the directory of the command, and cp for actually copying any type of command. So there this type of command cd cp, the purposes are present. The part, there is so many times I have asked this question to all of you people, what is the task of this of this command? No repeat, don't need to answer because you people are very much aware of that. But I'm just trying to remember that what is the task of this ls command? To view all the files and folders or directories in my current directory, to list or to view any type of files and directories under my current working directory, right? So this is the particular task of ls. So this thing is totally clear. You people have the information of this ls command. Now there is one command. Now it will tell me what is the use or what is the purpose of this particular command. What is the task of this particular command? CHOW.
Sir, it is used for ownership, sir.
Means to change
Sir,
the
it's
owner or the user of the file or directory. So whoever the user was previously, the root have the privilege. We can say it is a root command or it is a system administration command, because a normal user cannot use this, because if a normal user can use this, then we don't have any security over the file. So only a root user or a system or administration users have power to use this chown command to change the owner or the user of the file or this directory, right? So chown command is used to change the files or the ownership of the files or directories. Now, what is the role of this command chmod?
So we can use it for group, change the permission from user group and other.
Right, the change of allow the alter or to change the rights, means the read, write, include what are the permissions, the file permissions are present here. We can actually change the permissions or access the rights of permission to the files and directory. The chmod can be used to change the right option, means the different type of modes that is present in our files and directory scenario. We can use that, the chmod option.